And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, named Rhoda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in, and told how Peter stood before the gate. And they said unto her, Thou art mad. But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then said they, It is his angel. But Peter continued knocking, and when they had opened the door and saw him, they were astonished. Acts 12:13-16. You sense in this story the very pulse of your own awakening. Peter stands without, beating on the portal of your consciousness. That gate is the door of your own mind, and the damsel named Rhoda is that sweet faculty of hearing, your intuitive sense. When she recognizes Peter's voice, she does not linger in doubt. She runs inward to proclaim, He is here. Yet the outer voices, the voices of doubt, the voices of the crowd cry, You are mad. It is but his angel. This is the world of Caesar, the world of secular history, insisting that your revelation must wear a label, must come from somewhere else. But Peter continues his gentle knocking. See here the race within. No rival, no second, only the one Christ stirring within you. You as the damsel hear the true Christ rising in your imagination. Yet the world without cannot believe until you open the door yourself. Persist, therefore, in that steady knocking, your contemplative exercise, your nightly homework, until the door swings wide and you behold yourself as the very Jesus you have read of in Scripture. When that portal opens, you will see not a stranger but your own self, radiant and real. The astonishment you witness in others is but the astonishment of your former self, awed at its own divine nature. They believed it was an angel, some celestial emissary. But no angel ever knocked from without. You knocked from within. The truth is, you always were Peter, you always were Christ. Your race was never with another, but within the sealed skull of your own unbelief. Now, as the door yields, the skull dissolves, and you emerge as the first and the last. Hold fast, then, to that inner knocking. Let no voice persuade you it is mere fancy. Persist until the door of perception opens, and you shall enter into the glory of your own creation. In Acts 12:13-16, Peter's knock and Rhoda's startled recognition symbolize two inner states of consciousness. Peter's unseen presence is our higher self beckoning at the threshold of awareness. Rhoda's joy-filled shock and her failure to open the gate point to the gap between hearing an inner prompting and actually allowing it into the subconscious mind. Her rush to announce the vision without first admitting Peter mirrors how we often glimpse our own divine power, but then dismiss or interrupt it with disbelief. Here the gate is the boundary of the subconscious, and the act of knocking is the power of assumption stirring unseen realities. Peter stands outside until the gate is opened from within. Metaphysically, this describes manifestation. You imagine an outcome so vividly that your subconscious opens the door, allowing that reality to unfold in your world. Persistence in that inner assumption knocking draws the desired scene from the invisible realm into physical expression. This passage reveals that every human possesses the Christ nature, the creative power to call into being what we ardently assume as real. Peter's voice is the inner word of promise. When recognized and admitted, it proves unstoppable. The text teaches that your imagination, allied with faith, is the divine spark that unlocks your latent omnipotence. Begin by sitting in quiet reflection, allowing yourself to be fully undisturbed as you imagine your goal already accomplished. Feel that achievement as if it were happening now, letting the sensation settle deeply inside you, just as Peter must have maintained his inner sense of fulfillment while he kept knocking. When the inner world begins to feel strange or unexpected and doubt whispers that this vision cannot be real, do not dismiss it. Instead, consciously open the gate by affirming, "It is done," and trust that evidence will appear. At the same time, stay alert for subtle confirmations, an unexpected letter, an illuminating conversation, or a chance event that signal your assumption is taking form, much like Rhoda's recognition of Peter's voice. By learning to hear, believe, and open toward your own inner Christ self, you turn Scripture's ancient drama into a living guide. In this realization, you stand free, The only barrier has been the unlatched door of your own subconscious.